Specie 4K action.
All right, guys. So my honorable mentions, just like I said, any other day they could make it in that top 25, but today they just fell out. But these are all fantastic movies. I love them. They have to be recognized as just fantastic movies because I know they're on other people's lists, and they are really, really great movies that I love. They're just not in my top 25 today. So without further ado, the first one I have to mention is Silence of the Lambs. What a movie. The best horror thriller movie ever made. It actually was nominated. Fantastic movie. Another, one of the best comedies of all time, Wayne's World. This put Mike Myers on the map for me, and I've been a fan ever since. Loved Austin Powers, but yeah, what a classic movie. So many great one-liners. Can't say enough good things about that. Movie I grew up with and saw way too many times for all the wrong reasons. Total Recall. Not the greatest Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but do really love this movie. Grew up with it. Seen it so many freaking times, and apparently I've seen it so many times on TV because the version I'm used to has everything cut out. So anyway, Total Recall, great movie, love it. This movie, I don't know how many Oscars it's won. It's considered maybe Mel Gibson's best. It is a fantastic war movie with some humor in it. It is extremely long. I didn't grow up with this movie, but it's definitely one to be mentioned, and probably any other day makes my top 25. But Braveheart is a fantastic movie about William Wallace. Of course, the story is not 100% accurate in any way, shape, or form, but it is damn entertaining and gives you all the feels in this movie. Great movie. Another movie that gives you all the feels and is just fantastic, won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Clint Eastwood, Gene Hackman, Morgan Freeman, and a bunch of others. Unforgiven, the best Western movie ever made, possibly. Just a fantastic movie, giving you all the different feels, of course. But again, another movie I didn't grow up with, not one that I've seen a bunch of times. It's not very nostalgic for me, but I do enjoy this movie and really love it. I mean, I'd have to say every time I watch it, I love this movie just a little bit more. But today, it's just fallen off the list and just didn't quite make it. Another movie I grew up with. This movie I actually did grow up with. Unforgiven, I didn't. Starship Troopers is just a fun sci-fi comedy action movie that you got to see to believe. Of course, this steelbook is absolutely amazing, but this movie is just so much fun. It has got the 90s cheese in it. Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Starship Troopers. I've seen this so many freaking times. To me, this is very nostalgic. It brings me back to when I first saw this movie. And yeah, I just love Starship Troopers. And the last honorable mention that I'll mention today for the top 25 is probably the best firefighter movie ever made. It definitely was at the time. And, you know, I'm from Southern California. I grew up not too far from Universal Studios Hollywood, so I was able to visit there quite a few times. And this attraction at Universal Studios Hollywood was always memorable for me, and that, of course, is Backdraft. This movie, I didn't grow up with this movie, but I grew up going to Universal Studios Hollywood, going to the Backdraft room that they had, they had a bunch of fire information stuff, you know, in there that they taught you about. It was really cool. It's hard to explain exactly what the experience was. You were in this big room, and then you know, they had like this crazy glass, and then they would start a fire, and then it would go out. Anyway, it was very cool. I remember it very vividly. Unfortunately, they don't have that at Universal Studios Hollywood anymore, from my understanding, but it's been a while since I've been there. But all in all, Kurt Russell, Robert De Niro, William Baldwin, it's a Ron Howard film. This is such a great movie. Sad, funny, action-packed, all that good stuff. Highly recommend. And today just barely made the list, or made the honorable mention list, not the actual list. So those are my honorable mentions, guys.